Yo, yo pa, kumusta? Magandang gabi. Good evening,
Hey,
everyone.
hello. Good evening, good evening. Hi,
Especially to
hi.
our online viewers there. How are you guys? Okay, so
How's
first of all,
everyone?
we'd like to thank for watching us. So please don't forget to always follow us in Facebook. Okay, so which our main Facebook, which is the Cryptology Academy, and of course our founder here from Mesh Report. So once again, this is Unfold, where we discover, learn, and share about cryptocurrency and the market, unfolding new crypto insights. So you don't have to go to research because we do it for you guys.
Yeah, we
How are
do
you,
the
pal?
research so you don't have to. I'm good. Good evening, Joe. Kamusta? How's everything there on your side? Here it's very quiet, actually. Very quiet
Yeah,
evening in my side.
the same thing with me here.
Yep. A lot
Right?
of things that happened this week and last week. I think people are thinking that is the bull bear market over? Is it going to continue forwards? I think this is one of the very interesting things that we're going to talk about, especially on what happened this week on chain. Is the launch of APTOS. A lot of things happen in the back end there, and there are news regarding that, both good and bad, which we'll definitely cover on it, no?
Yeah,
So
because
yeah.
I've heard a lot from who invested in Aptos, like how's
Yeah.
your
Yeah, like people investing is a big VC firms, usually a tier one VCs like FTX was there, Binance Labs, A16Z. So people comparing Aptos to Solana and thinking that Aptos is going to be the Solana killer is kind of awkward for me because FTX invested in Aptos, which is backed by SBF, which they invested in Solana, right? So a lot of things that's packing around this narrative right now, which we'll share and based on our research and stuff. So before that, how's the macro market looking? Everybody's looking at Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure, because everybody knows that when Bitcoin moves up or down, everything moves up or down in crypto.
Yeah, yun. So guys, no, for those who are watching us online live tonight, so I want you to comment the place which you came from and watching for.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
So please share our live, guys. So actually, we do it every Thursday.
Yeah. Also, there's a special announcement that maybe you want to share since we have a growing community. The followers are increasing and we have a private group chat. I think it's about time that you share something special about what's going to happen between this.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, as we grow, we got 9K followers already with our community, and aside from that, we have private group or Facebook Messenger where we share our insights there. No, but yeah, we heard from you guys, right? So ayun, uh, we made our community more bigger because we will be launching our Discord community server tomorrow. So don't forget to
Ooh,
tune in with us
Discord.
because yeah, maraming mga iba't ibang channels na you will experience crypto education really. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
definitely. I
our
do think like
priority.
yeah, I do think like Discord is like the place to go to for crypto communities because it's very fun. A lot of emojis happening. We can all meet together, share insights and stuff, and definitely like do live and some fireside chats as well. Would like to get to know the community in the south. Hi guys, I'm in the north. Welcome, South Pinoy's there. Yeah, chat dun sa Discord. Very exciting for this announcement and very excited to see you all there in the Discord.
Yeah, yun. So hello guys. So shout out there from Visayas. Okay? So of course sa mga Ilonggo dyan. Okay? Mayong agabi sa tanan. Kag sa mga, of course, sa mga Cebuano dira.
Sa
Okay, now.
mga Tagalog, magandang gabi.
Ayan. So, let me share my screen.
All
Now, of
right, let's
course,
go.
you were asking me a while ago, Paul, about the current status of the macro market, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we have, the CPI data was already released, and yung expectation, right, is mataas doon sa expectation, right? So medyo tumaas siya. And now currently, no, marami talagang nag-aantay, no, ano talaga yung magiging movement ni Bitcoin, kasi everyone or everybody is really expecting that CPI release last time or last week was the time for the market to make its decision. Pero ano nangyari? Parang
Mm.
wala akong nakitang galaw pa. It's
Oh, no?
either
Sa
um
macro market or like a higher time phase, weekly, daily, wala masyado. It's not that big or that volatile compared to the past FOMC announcements and stuff. But it's still something, right? When FOMC comes in, they talk about interest rates, and once interest rates are higher than expectation, people would be bearish and would be scared to enter the market. They would just leave the market, no. So, but the past FOMC, di naman masyado malaki. It's not that big, no, in terms of the crypto market. I can't really say for macro, but I think to support this on what's happening in terms of FOMC, it's always good to check the chart. So I think this is like a very good chart you want to share, no, Joe?
Yeah, no. Maybe simulan natin dun sa weekly time frame. Okay, so of course, na as we know, weekly time frame is the most, reliable price action, because the higher time frame, the more it becomes playing out. Okay, so diyan natin malalaman yung pinaka, for example, sabihin natin support and resistance. Okay? So diyan yung pinaka matigas na support at saka resistance. And if it's play out, yun, it's explosive. Right now, um yes, Pao, no,
Mm.
as we go further,
Yeah.
hindi lang bullish sentiment yung pag-uusapan natin yan, but both bearish and bullish sentiment of the market. Ano ba talaga yung
Yeah.
mangyayari, 'di ba? So of course, right, we have different bias as traders, no?
Mm.
And it's always important to check the different perspective, right? As in
Mhm.
trader, kasi always natin kasing i-consider yung possibility, eh. Not
Yeah, for sure.
always probabilities. Kasi pag sabihin kasi nating possibilities, it's 50-50%. Kasi
Yeah.
usually most traders would only consider those probabilities. That means they are just looking on the 80% of the price action to happen, which in fact we get blinded with the market. So I think it's
Yep.
important for us to share the both bearish and bullish sentiment. So I think simulan natin, no?
Yeah, let's go.
Ayun. So simula tayo sa, I think, sa bearish bias ng macro market. Ayun. So andito tayo ngayon sa weekly time frame. So as you can see, no, the current price action is actually forming a descending triangle, which is in the book, it's really bearish, right? And if you can see, no, nanggaling tayo dito sa 69,000, no, before, no, last November, I think. And if you have noticed and observed, meron tayong apat na ano dito, apat na impulse, no? So ito yung first impulse natin. Wait. Uh, ito. Then this is the second one, the third and the fourth one. Okay, so tingnan natin ngayon kung ano yung relationship ng mga impulse na to before. No, kasi we are talking about macro, so most probably we need to revisit the historical price action. Okay? So, kasi pag sabihin natin fractal, ibig sabihin,
Yep.
yung mga paulit-ulit na ginagawa ng price action na inuulit niya
Mm.
in
Yeah,
the,
for sure.
di ba? So,
Yeah,
ayan.
it's kind of like when you talk about fractals, right? Fractals is something that you could benchmark in historical price action in the higher time frames.
Yeah.
So you talk about macro, you could actually, it's like a comparison of what happened to the past years, and then you bring it towards this year, thinking it might happen again. As you all know, like, right, the history tends to rhyme, no?
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
always like a thing that we could benchmark or act as a guide when we go forward. So we learn in history and we adopt what's happened in history and just grow, move forward. Hence, like we can do that also in the charts.
Yun. Ayun. And now currently we are no at the in this current price action in the weekly time frame. So tingnan natin yung yung pinaka low na for this year. Okay? So ito yung pinaka low week no ng taong 2022, okay? So ito siya. Ayan. So that was actually June. No, it happened June of the first drawdown of the year. And kung iisipin natin, no, until today, currently, we are actually having or trading within the 126 days. So parang ano lang siya, the price is just ranging, no? Yung market is just ranging within 126 days. So if makita nyo dito guys, no, simula dito no, we got 18 bars no of weekly candles. Right? So ano yung magiging implication? Ito now, let's try to tawag dito, let's try to see the
Yeah.
monthly returns since we are talking about months here, no? Kasi nung simula nung bumagsak yung Bitcoin, that was actually the lowest week was found June. So I think we need to see here the monthly return first, no? Because gusto ko sa kasing ipakita yung ano dito yung nagiging return historically ng Bitcoin during October. Since we are in the month of October eh. Okay, so wait, let me check.
Yeah, so I think like for me, right? In terms of value return for investing in stocks, equities, or like cryptocurrency, I do think that there's still like positive outcomes in terms of quarter four because of like the end of the year. Yeah, like if you could see in the chart, dun yung shinare ni Joe, for me it's mostly positive. But what's happening for this year?
Yeah, ito kasi yung I have just discovered that starting 2015 papuntang 2017. Of course, no, 2015 was the bottom of the
First cycle.
the peak, no? Last 2013 bull run, right? So 2015 was the bottom. And ito no, nagsimula siyang nagiging green return yung October nung 2016-17. So may tatlong October na green, no, or somehow positive return. So nung 2018, which was the I don't know, the bear market, no, that was the bottom. Okay,
Yep.
the bottom of uh
The
the
second
bull
cycle.
market, yeah, second cycle. So
Mhm.
naging red siya. So uh here comes another cycle. So the peak was 2021, no? So there's actually pa right 4 cycles in the market that is playing. Now, parang meron siyang pattern no na ginagaya ngayon which is somehow hindi pa naman nag-close yung monthly natin na month no which is meron pang probability na mag-green tayo no pag
Mhm.
open ng October ngayon. I mean pag
So
close ng October.
So this is like what you were saying a while ago in terms of fractals, because you could see a pattern in the whole cryptocurrency market if you just benchmark it to Bitcoin, right? There's always a 4-year cycle where at the end of the cycle you would see like the peak or like the top, and then it would just go down, crash into like a bear market, like what we're experiencing right now. We've already seen this, right? We've seen this 2018. We've seen this was that 2015?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah, that year, yeah. So this year is actually like the ending, and then it's going to go to the next cycle, another 4-year cycle.
Yeah. And additional lang, no? Yung bottom na nangyari ng 2018 was actually in the month of December. Okay? Yan. So, December siya nangyari. So, yeah, there's also a probability na somehow the price action no would rhyme historically.
Yep.
And pero let's see the chart. yung
Yeah.
technicals natin, yung technical aspect. Now,
Yeah, let's go.
uh, let's see this macro market. No? Ayun. So, kung makikita nyo, we got the same market structure. Okay? So, if we are going to count the tawag dito yung fractal na to, no? The impulse. Meron din tayong nakikitang apat na impulse dito sa 2017. No? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And yung panghuli is the current one, which is we are undergoing pa, no? Hindi pa nagpi-play out kung saan bang direction tayo. And then ito yung nakita ko pa, no? Kasi
Yep.
I measured the bars, no, last 2017, no, which was also the June. Kita mo yun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
parang,
also June.
yeah, in a sense you also have the same descending triangle that you have from
Yeah,
2018, and then you have it the same for this year.
ayun, June siya.
Okay.
Yan, see? Can you see that?
Yep. Pretty
Yan.
clear. Yeah, very
So,
interesting how you see it.
lagyan natin dito. Yan. It's
Okay.
also June. Yan.
Ah, okay.
See? So, the same month, no, yung parang low ng year na yon. Kasi, pag titingnan natin yung opening ng year dito, hindi pa siya, low. Nandito pa siya, oh. So, comes June, so doon na siya nag-low. So, I think everyone was thinking that this was already the bottom, right? Kasi, it's forming, the support is very interesting kasi nag-hold talaga siya dito. Oh. The same we are actually experiencing right now. Now, when the time that I counted the days, no, merong 140 days before gumalaw yung market.
Drop.
Yeah,
Mm,
nag-drop siya. So ano
mhm.
nangyari? Now, when I look at in our current situation, no, it gave actually 126 days. So
Our
meron
current
pang
one.
kulang. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Can you do the math, Pao?
So it's like 14 days left before reach to 140. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more or less 14 or 13 days.
Mm.
So ano ba talaga yung mangyayari? What's 13 days ahead? Now, kanina, no, I have actually checked the website of the FOMC meeting, no, the countdown. So, pakita ko lang sa inyo. I have checked the FOMC countdown, and here's what I found. Wait, sana ba yun?
Yeah. So if it's 13 days, and yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen, because I know there's an FOMC meeting on November,
Have you seen the
but
chart?
I only see your chart. I can't see if you're showing
Yan.
something.
So there's a
Ayun.
countdown here, no? So the next FOMC meeting would be after 13 days or 14 days. So there's a countdown here. So ano mangyayari doon? 'Di ba ang alam natin, no, when FOMC comes, it's where the Federal Reserve would decide on whether they increase the interest rates or not. So
Uh-huh.
it would have a macro effect actually, no, because of the macro financial market.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially now that FOMC and like the SEC is looking at to increase interest rates just to mitigate inflation. It's not yet over. The SEC, what mentioned during the news sometime, is that they're not done with increasing interest rates, because pretty much there's still some positive momentum that they could use as leverage and increase interest rates. So it really depends on what they're going to answer by after 13 days or so. But like in the forecast, right, it's really leaning to increasing it more, and
yeah.
I feel like it's not yet over.
Ayun. So, yun guys, no? We are just at the 126 days compared in the given fractal last 2017 consolidation. So,
This is
we,
pretty awesome in a sense, because I'm looking at your fractal, and it kind of makes a very clear picture. So in a sense, right, we're at the 126 days. After 13 days, it would, if history tends to repeat itself, well, history doesn't repeat itself, but it mostly rhymes.
yeah,
If
yeah.
this rhymes, we are looking at a down or like a drop in Bitcoin. If like it brings support with the FOMC increasing interest rates. So you could see it going towards what level are you thinking, Joe, once this drops?
Yeah, here now. Actually, nilabas ko yung yung MA 200 kasi somehow this is an important dynamic support and resistance that we can no evaluate price action in the higher time frame. Ayun. So, meron siya dito no. If you have noticed no, andito tayo sa baba ng 200 MA, which is somehow it makes more the bigger perspective bearish. Kasi last 2017 no, sinalo kasi ng MA 200 yung drop niya ngayon.
Mm,
So we don't know actually no where would the drop I don't know kung saan siya
where will the drop
patungong
go?
price.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go.
Uh-huh.
So ayun nga. That would be somehow when we measure the uh percentage of drop last 2017 compared today, no, it gives actually around
83.
83. Yeah,
Hmm?
it's 83% drop. Ayun. So, but now, if we are going to compare it
From the latest peak.
from the latest, yeah, up
We're still
to
at
the
73, yeah.
current now, we got just around 73% drop, right? Yan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool.
yeah, ano yung implication natin dito? So, there's really a possibility, no? I don't mean probability kasi when we say probability, my bias is really 80% that it will drop. But still, you know, we don't know because we are not the market movers, right? We are just retailers. Unless ikaw pa, well, you are
No,
away.
no, no, for sure.
Ayun. So, di ba? Ayun no, so institution
Mm.
knows better than us.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. If you look at it, it gives a clear picture. If it reaches like lower 80%, it and then it means that the fractal will play out. But I could see like there's some discrepancies that's happening here for the last year, last 2018 and this year. If you see your 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah,
fractal on
yeah,
2018, it's a continuous higher low. It's a series of
yeah.
higher
Yeah,
low.
yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah,
in the
yeah.
latest one, it kind of changes in terms of pattern because actually I think the number two that you have last year is higher than
Higher,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So it means I think it's still likely to happen, especially with interest rates increasing. But I am leaning towards it not dropping to 83%. That's like my thoughts. Like not
Yeah,
financial
yeah.
advice.
Yeah, actually the same thought with you na history would not always repeat but it rhymes. Like it drops but it does not mean that we will experiencing 83% drop for today, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's also good that I think we're gonna have a fireside chat or fireside party in the Discord, right? We're gonna watch the FOMC. So
Sure.
you guys come join the Discord once it opens tomorrow. There.
Ayun.
Yun. I think additional to this, right? In terms of the chart, I'm looking at it more into like a lesser drop just because of the fundamentals that I know of. I'm thinking like, I just want to give a shout out to Oliver, one of our research guys who actually gave a heads up or like information for me. Like there are three large institutions that have already adopted crypto. One is BlackRock. BlackRock is the leading asset management firm, and they are managing $10 trillion under their portfolio. So 10 trillion under assets under management, and they just launched a spot Bitcoin private trust. So Bullish crypto. BNY Mellon is the largest custodian bank with $1.9 trillion in assets, and they are offering Bitcoin and ETH custody services. So bullish crypto. Lastly is Google. Google is accepting crypto for their cloud services. Adoption. So bullish crypto. I'm not saying that I'm bullish. I have like more bullish sentiment fundamentally and like in a macro approach, but given like this fractal, right, there is still a higher chance for this to happen for sure.
Yeah. So, do you know another indicator, Pao, that would somehow support our bearish, um, you know,
Uh I do love the pi cycle indicator.
yeah, yeah, that's what
And
I'm looking for, the pi cycle indicator. Yeah. So,
ah, do
I
you
think,
do you, you want me to give like a glimpse of the pi cycle?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, can you share about that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Give me a sec. Okay, here I go. Is this? I
Good.
think it's clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so the pi cycle indicator is also a technical indicator that measures the top of Bitcoin for the past years. It is a combination of both the MA350 and the MA111, so those are moving averages. In short, if you look at the pi cycle indicator, it gives a clear picture on when the market gets to top. So let me go example like 2018. Let me go to 2018 top. So I'm going to go up here. There. December December 17 was when Bitcoin top. So it is 20K. And then it went down. So you could see in the pi cycle top indicator that it gave an indicator when the yellow line and the green line. So the yellow is the 111 DMA and the green is the 350 DMA, daily moving average. Once they stick, they go together, that's an indicator for the top of Bitcoin. How am I sure of this? It usually happens every 4 year cycle. Let's go to the next the past cycle, right? 2014. There. Same thing happened. The two lines, two moving averages stick together, it indicates a top, and Bitcoin goes down in for this cycle. Okay, how about the latest one? Latest one, let me go here. This is 2021. Stick. Okay, so April 13, prior the May crash because of Elon Musk saying like carbon emissions and stuff for Bitcoin. So there, stick, top. So this could be a very good indicator. So what's happening right now? If price is in blue by the way. So if price goes over the yellow line, it's a positive or it's an optimistic approach to see that Bitcoin is already recovering from its bearish trend. You could see like in the past year when the price moves above the orange line, it indicates like, oh, we are feeling that momentum bias already, or like the positive bias already. Like going back here to 2016, once it crosses, same sentiment goes up. 2018 cross macro picture, it's moving up. But currently, what's happening is we have not crossed over this line, the 111 DMA. So given that, it means that there may be a higher chance for our um, breakdown in price from the chart that you presented earlier. So in terms of like the macro investing and stuff, so non-financial advice, but this is what I'll do, right? Just looking at the bicycle top indicator, once the price goes up above yellow, it's or like orange, it gives me the confidence to get back in the market. Basically. For if you want to learn more about this bicycle top indicator, join our Discord. I'll give the link.
Yeah. All right. So, yun. That's not that's a good day, a top price indicator na in the macro perspective. No? But
Yep.
I have seen kanina na the price is still trading under that yellow, I think that's orange line, which
Yeah.
somehow gives the price confidence to, drop more, right?
Mhm.
In support with this technical analysis with our bearish bias. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Now, of course, hindi tayo mananatili sa sa pagiging bearish. Of course, we do also have our bullish sentiment or bullish bias. So ano ba talaga yung bullish bias natin dito? Okay, so now, yung ipapakita ko muna is the macro, which is the DXY. Kita mo yun? Ano?
Yep. Yep. It's all good.
Yeah, you know about the relationship or the interconnectedness of the XY and
Yeah,
the
like the
the
correlation for the dollar index and the whole market rate, like for crypto. So
yeah.
pretty much like what I understand in like macroeconomy, so I'm not an economist, but what usually happens if the dollar index is strong and it goes up, it just means like people are confident just to get away from investing and for stocks and equities. And people park their money in the dollar since it's the global fiat currency that's used by a lot of corporations, right? So it just means that if the dollar is gaining strength, it happens opposite for stocks markets, stocks, equities, and also crypto. So dollar goes up, crypto goes down, vice versa.
Yeah, and it gives more, yeah, confidence of the bullish bias, right? Kasi
Yep.
if you have noticed here, about that the price of the dollar is somehow nasa resistance na siya eh. No,
Ooh,
overall. Yan, kita mo yan.
I like the resistance part. Please let it be at just that resistance. No more breakout.
Yeah. But, we don't know kung kailan siya mag-break, right? Kasi still, we are an ongoing economic crisis. And of course,
Yeah.
inflation is rising with, in some different countries. Yeah. And I think this would support our bullish bias if the macro, the XY would reverse, right? But I think it would not directly affect the crypto, right? But it would directly affect with the macro financial market like stocks, the global stocks. But because Bitcoin is just following and highly correlated with stocks, then Bitcoin also follows, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep, yep.
Yun. So
Dang.
this is the the macro bullish bias that would support our sentiment. And now I'm going to go to the daily time frame and uh Bitcoin.
So
Yeah.
I just want to go back, right? Before going to the daily. So in a sense, the dollar is at a resistance. Looking at it right here, Bitcoin is at a support. So that's your bullish bias. That Bitcoin is maintaining its support, dollar is at its resistance. It could go both ways, where Bitcoin would just pump and dollar would go down, or like that's the bullish sentiment that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
bullish sentiment that we need to look no currently kasi pattern wise kasi diba, when we say pattern it's always based on price action, right? And it's somehow a powerful tool for us to see, most especially when we trade, sa mga traders dyan. So ayun no, I have seen a pattern, no, which is somehow uh nagpi-play talaga siya eh
Hmm?
minsan, no? And it got somehow a probability that would play out. And this is actually the Adam and Eve pattern. So do you know what is the Adam and Eve pattern? It's just like a
Mm-hmm.
double bottom pattern, no, that somehow playing out. But ito kasi meron siyang parang rounded na part
Ah.
na type. Wait. I'll let you see guys the pattern.
So
Wait.
basically, like Adam and Eve is like a modified version of the double bottom pattern. It's just that the first one is
Yeah.
more straight line and the other is like a cup or something.
Yeah, something that is rounded.
Ah, okay. It's like a semicircle. So
Can you see that
yeah.
one?
Yep, pretty clear.
Yeah. So this is the Adam and this is the Eve, which is somehow it's rounded, right? So yeah, we can see here a potential neckline actually. No, meron
It's
tayong
forming out.
nakitang neckline dito.
Okay.
This one. Yan. So
Mm,
ito yung magiging potential na neckline, which was actually visited last August. So
mm,
there was a rejection here. Now, I think fini-feel niya lang tong imbalance dito na nangyayari. Kasi merong imbalance. Eh. When we say imbalance pa, it's actually there is a full control of buyers and there is a full control of sellers. So in this case, there is a bearish candle here that is in full control of the sellers. So parang it's a gap kung sa
mhm,
futures trading. Kasi
mm,
babalikan talaga siya ng price. So ito binalikan siya ng price. But in the end, it forms like somehow a uh, tawag dito, Adam and Eve pattern. And so, wait lang. Let me, saan na ba yun?
all right, cool. So if I'm bullish, right? So I'm always bullish crypto. That's my sentiment. So we're likely to see if this plays out. We're likely to see that key resistance at around 25K.
Yeah, yan.
Uh-huh.
So, somehow, pag nakikita mo, it's somehow rounded, right? It's not
Mm.
like, parang ano siya dito.
I see a date. December 26, 2022.
And baka
End of
dyan na yun.
December.
Baka dito yung mag-play out. Ay, yan. This is actually bullish pattern no? Kasi it has a neckline here, resistance. And if it breaks here, it would somehow give us a further upside movement of the price. But we don't know when.
I like the
Kasi,
word upside.
yeah, up only.
Up
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know when. Kasi of
Mm.
course we are looking at the daily time frame, and daily time frame is very,
Ah,
matagal talaga siya mag-play out.
pretty cool. Pretty
Ayan siya.
cool. Nice
And
technical analysis, Sergio. So basically, like TLDR, right? Bearish sentiment, fractal comparing it to 2018. Bullish sentiment, this Adam and Eve pattern that plays out. And we
yeah,
can see it by
how about
December 10th.
fundamental? How about fundamental pa? Yeah, you
Well,
have mentioned about a while ago about
yeah.
BlackRock.
Yeah, so my TLDR in fundamentals, right? Bearish in terms of fundamentals is because of the interest rates that keeps climbing up because of like inflation, just to mitigate inflation. Bullish is because institutional adoption is incomparable compared to the past years. There's so much institutions that are coming into crypto that I have not seen in the last cycle. That is why I'm, not financial advice. I am more macro bullish in a sense, but anything can happen. I can't really say. The interest rates, the FOMC meeting is a very strong narrative that people need to understand. Not only in crypto, like stocks, equities, everyone is affected.
Ayun. So, yeah, we have presented our bullish and bearish bias, guys. As if we have question, then we can
Just pop it over.
entertain question doon sa comment box. And then
Mhm.
if you have more questions further, you can actually engage us live on
Yeah.
Discord. Yeah, we'll be launching our Discord tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go. So right now, this is like Bitcoin. I want to know what's up with altcoins. Well, not all of it. So maybe like the representation of altcoins, which is ETH. How's ETH doing?
Yeah. So, tingnan naman natin yung ETH ngayon. Ayun.
Hmm. Yun.
So, ayun siya. No, actually, no, I just discovered that in the macro perspective, ETH is actually forming a rising wedge. And rising wedge, I'm using Binance price action here. So it doesn't matter naman kasi yeah, it started in 2018 yung price action na. So hindi siya nagkalayo masyado. So like ito yung parang the current part, no, kasi we need to always consider the current part of the price action wherein the current price is actually forming a rising wedge. No, so pag rising wedge, di ba pa, our sentiment is always bearish,
Yep.
right? Yeah, and I think no, in the current situation in the weekly, we can see that the price when we use pala Elliott wave, no, pagagamitan natin ng Elliott wave, yung impulse na from the 2018 bottom. Okay, that was actually the last corrective phase of the corrective Elliott wave, which is the ABC. And then it started the count, no, yung wave count ng impulse bullish, which is the one, no, yun yung bull market na nangyari last 2021, which is the price of Ethereum really made it up to ano to, 4,000, right? $4,000. 4,000 uh no, it's 4,700, something like that. Yeah, so it's actually the wave one now of the macro Ethereum price action, and we don't know where the wave two is going to retrace its price, but based in my modified Fibonacci, you know um tool here. Now I have a modified Fibonacci tool wherein this 0.88 actually pow is not actually a fib level. No, it's just a modification wherein this is a, my signal that the price is already at the support, the last support. So
I see.
if you have noticed, pag na-notice nyo, yung price ngayon is tumama siya dito sa 0.786 fib level. Yan yung macro natin. And if you can observe, if we are going to use the Elliott wave, 5 wave correction, no, start time count dito sa pinaka peak. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means hindi pa natatapos yung fifth wave natin. So that could somehow give a confident confidence ng price na bababa pa siya hanggang dito sa support na to, yung pula. Yan.
Yeah, really cool.
Kasi yan, tatapusin niya pa. And in a way, there is already a support of this rising wedge na tinatawag natin na patterns. Kasi pag rising wedge, pag break siya dito, of course, basically the price would go down. And I think it would not go down very, very hard. Kasi I think there's a, price target there. Meron tayong price target dito eh. Kasi this is actually forming a falling wedge. If you can see here, it's actually forming a falling wedge. Yan. If that particular uh, Elliott count would play out. Ayun. So that means this bearish, pattern would be
Uh-huh.
converted into somehow bullish. If that would
Mm,
be the scenario. Kasi, 'di ba, when we say falling wedge, okay, the end here would always be a breakout upward. Yan.
mm.
And that would be the start of the wave 3. And that would somehow our expectation next global bull run. And
Nice. In a sense, it's kind of correlated to Bitcoin, right? So we're also looking at the bearish sentiment. Once Bitcoin goes down, basically ETH would follow suit. So if that happens, we could see around the $500 ETH for one.
yeah, bili ka na ba?
I have a long-term bag. Bumili na ako dati, pero I stack. So, kung ganun, mas madami, bibili talaga ako pag nag-700. That's easy buy for me. Dadagdag na ako on fundamentals. May i-share ko pa ba sa chart, Joe?
Sure, sure, sure.
Alright.
Ayun. So, tingnan naman natin guys yung fundamental side na if this would really somehow, this price action, no, susuportahan siya ng fundamental. Kasi bullish din ako ngayon sa Ethereum eh.
Yeah, definitely. The reason why bullish on Ethereum is because of what's happening in ultrasound money. So remember, we had the merge and ETH is deflating, and it's there's also like the burning mechanism. So what's happening right now in the ecosystem of ETH in terms of circulating supply? So right now, since October 8th until today, ETH is actually deflating from 120.53 million. We are now down to 120.52. It is because of the transactions. Once people transact in Ethereum, there's a certain portion there where it goes into that burning mechanism and it's out of the circulating supply. Right now, since the merge, we have 4,400 ETH that is emitted in the market. But if we were still at proof of work, that would have been 422K. So sobrang layo. So that's the big difference there. In terms of what's happening in supply growth annually, we are actually burning 0.38%. We're actually deflating negative 0.38% per year, which for me is like if demand grows, supply is like decreasing, it would affect price to move higher as long as demand is there. So what's happening right now? Why is it deflating? People are using the chain. Once people use the chain, people use transaction fees, portions of the transaction fees are burned, and it deflates the supply emission. And it deflates the supply. So what are the applications that is doing this, like deflating supply because of the burn? So most of them are coming from Uniswap, OpenSea, some Ethereum transfers here and there, and also Send Crypto, which is funny because I checked what Send Crypto is. I have no idea what Send Crypto is. Basta, if you go to the website, you are entitled to claim free Send tokens as long as you go to the claiming period. I'll go here. And then you would get your tokens after a year. And now, yeah, you can mint free Send tokens. You can stake your Send tokens for APY. But technically, I don't know what's happening to this. I have no idea what the project is about, though they did launch on different networks already. But I'm sharing you this because last week, Send Crypto used 50% of the whole Ethereum network. So 50% of the Ethereum network was mostly for Send Crypto. Most of the transactions there, Send Crypto. Pretty weird, but Send Crypto helping the deflationary narrative for Ethereum. Um, how can I not be mad, or how can I just let them go? yeah, just burn the ETH. Make me happy.
And so, magkano ba yung ano mo pa? Ethereum. I know. It's a
Ano
joke.
kasi, yung ETH ko kasi, hindi, joke lang. So, ayun, just to add more, if you guys are gonna think of minting Sen tokens, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. So, I wanna share you the chart. Like, Sen tokens went up 0.014, but there's no value whatsoever right now. So, I'm not sure what the project is about, but you could see technically that there is no value for the token. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, send crypto, let people mint. No, I mean not financial advice. So just a reminder, if you're gonna do that, technically you're gonna spend money for gas fees to mint send tokens.
Ayun, so talking about altcoins, yeah, uh, I've heard that uh, one of the controversial new launch token is APTOS, right? And I've
Yeah,
heard
there
that
were a lot.
this is a layer one uh
Yeah.
token that just
Yeah.
launched.
Yeah, it's crazy because there's a lot of things that happened in Aptos. I actually covered Aptos like a month ago on what's it about. I did it in my TikTok. I just want to try it out. But I was kind of bullish on Aptos because of just the development that they have in terms of creating a layer one that is different programming language and stuff. But how they launched it for the past 2 days, it's kind of weird. I don't, maybe we could share what's happening right now in terms of price because they were listed in centralized exchanges. By the way, those were tier one. That was Binance, FTX, KuCoin, Huobi. They were all on tier one exchanges. But in terms of price, what's happening right now? Oh, sorry, Joe, you're muted. There
Yeah.
you go.
Thanks. Yeah, you've talked about this pattern, right, in a symmetrical triangle. So, like I told you that it's a decision, pattern whether it is going up or down now. Kita mo yun ngayon.
Mm.
Tumutulo na siya kasi it's going down, yeah. So,
Uh,
yeah, no, in the 15 minutes time frame since the token is just launched, that was actually yesterday, I think, or the other day. No, it
that's like
was
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Oh no, sorry, it was yesterday. 19. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think we cannot, really see the structure of the market in the macro since it's just lunch. But I've heard that this was also added. It was added in the futures.
Yeah, they did perps already. Like when they launched, during the listing of various tier one exchanges, it was actually FTX who launched at the same time for their perps. So once you have perps or you have futures market, you can basically short the coin already.
Yeah. So that's one of the advantage of one. So I've heard that a lot of VCs that would unlock their
Mm.
um
Yeah, so
supply.
yeah, there's a lot of not really issues, but there's a lot of things that happened in the back end that retail doesn't know. So
Can you share that one, Pao?
yeah, for sure. I have like a quick summary of for you guys to catch up on what's happening to Aptos and the hype. Let me just give you like quick. I made a quick deck so that everyone can see what I'm talking about and just to have like a visual and something because Joe has really good charts and I'm kind of pressured to make something nice as well because his charts are hella good. There you go. I think it's clear.
Yeah.
Give me a quick. Okay, here we go. So Aptos, here's like a quick summary of what I know about and what I've learned. So Aptos and the hype. What do you need to know? So it all started with the listing and the airdrop. So actually, a lot of CT threaders, what I mean by CT is crypto Twitter, they were speculating on the airdrop. So usually, if you want to claim airdrops on different projects, you have to join in as early as possible, test it out, contribute to the community and stuff. So there was actually a thing where you could be a testnet user. So you could join in testnet for Aptos before they launch. And in return for them helping or testing them, you get Aptos tokens. So Aptos did an airdrop. It was 20.1 million. Sorry, I did not add the M. 21.1 million app tokens, or that's 2% of the initial supply. And it amounted to 200, around 200 to 260 million during listing. So people got in the airdrop, they sold it on centralized exchanges, and they were able to get money. So a total of 100,000, 110,000 crypto addresses were eligible for the airdrop token. For one address, they had 300 APTOS tokens. And also, if you bought the APTOS Zero NFT, you had additional 150. So that's a total of 450 APTOS tokens. If you bought it, oh no, if you got the airdrop and you sold it at the peak during Binance listing, that is around, it opened $60. So you would have like 27K, but not everyone got 27K. There's just so much volatility happening in the market. So while people got their airdrop, I do think they got their airdrop after the listing on exchanges. Because the tier 1 exchange listing opened yesterday. That was 1 UTC or 9 a.m. PH time. It was listed on tier 1, Binance, FTX, Coinbase, OKX, KuCoin, Huobi, and Bitfinex. So some exchanges like FTX actually launched their perpetuals right after. So the futures trading. So what we see now from the current price, or like the initial listing price of $60, it's now around 7.5, playing at 7.4. So people are hyped about APTOS, but not a lot of people know what APTOS really is about, right? So what really is APTOS? So APTOS is a layer 1 blockchain under the proof of stake consensus, just like Ethereum, but they're using a programming language called Move. So Move is a reference, or like it's inspired from the Rust programming language that's used by Solana. So the premise here is that APTOS is building a highly scalable layer 1 blockchain, 160,000 transactions per second, highly secured and with low transaction cost. If you compare it, I think Solana guarantees like 100,000 transactions per second, or like 80,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, for APTOS, it's way higher. The team behind, though, have experience already in development and programming in smart contracts and blockchain. So they are former devs of DM. DM is a project that was abandoned from Meta. So Meta, or what we know as Facebook, was building a blockchain called DM, but it didn't really happen. So the developers there started to spread out, go and make their own blockchain. So this one is APTOS. They raised 350 million from major VCs. So that's really big for that. They I think it's 200 mil for the seed round, and then Series A is around 150. So recently they launched their mainnet called APTOS Autumn. So if you want to learn more about the APTOS Autumn, there's a medium that they released. I could share in our Discord. So come to our Discord. So how's it going? How is APTOS moving right now? APTOS is building with a lot of projects. This picture that you see now is in care of Coin98 Analytics. So there's a lot of projects that are currently building or trying to move into the APTOS blockchain, but nothing as of yet in terms of mainnet launch. Because if you look at the Explorer, I'm gonna go to the Explorer now. So this is the blockchain Explorer of APTOS. You could see like they did guarantee 160,000 transactions per second, right? But currently, the transactions per second is just 12. Well, mainly the reason is there's nothing happening in the blockchain. So there's nothing launched, not a lot of things you could do. You can't really play with the dApps there. So there's the block in terms of block space, it's not even full. So hence like the speed. So I think in order to clarify things, like people are saying APTOS doesn't really commit to the 160,000. Well, you can't really see it yet. You have to wait for the applications to come in first and see if the speed is or is the speed committed to 160,000. You could see, though, the total supply that APTOS have right now is 1 billion circulating supply, but there's already 800 million actively staked in the blockchain. So this could be coming from the founders or the VCs, the investors who have invested with them for the tokens, or I'm not sure where that really come from. So just to make it a little better, there's already an Etherscan fork. So Etherscan is the explorer of Ethereum. They made a fork, they forked it out, and then they made Etherscan, which I think is pretty neat. It looks really nice though, Joe. If you could see it, right? I think it's easy to understand where things are going around, like the number of accounts, a lot the where how much is staked in the supply and stuff. So you can see like it's also 16 transactions per second. So do we know how long, or like what's the, if they could commit to the 160,000? We don't know yet because there's nothing launched, or there's nothing to do yet in the Explorer or in the blockchain itself. So yeah, I think positive thing is in terms of BD, they have talked with a lot of projects and they are bridging. So one of the latest ones that I know is that Layer Zero has already partnered with APTOS to bridge stablecoins towards their blockchain. It's pretty neat. I like Layer Zero. They are a stablecoin bridging for like multi-chain, goes around every chain to just bridge your stablecoins. So what happens here is because on how they launched it, right? There's not a lot of transparency. So this is what happened to their backlash. People wanted to know the tokenomics because if you're an investor, you want to know in terms of equity, like how many shares does this guy have, in terms of like the distribution, what's happening behind there. So there's not a lot of transparency. Actually, there's none. It only happened where Upbit accidentally leaked the tokenomics, which you see here in the image. So in terms of VC, their tokens will be unlocked after a year. So in a sense, it's still good, but there's going to be a 1 year cliff. So after 1 year, you could see the supply emission to increase there and inflate the supply. Hence, like price could go down from there. So it's still a year though. Also, like the other backlash is the airdrop. It's my first time to see that if you're gonna do an airdrop, you need to claim it via email. Nothing of which I have experienced ever. Uniswap, it's all smart contract. Goldfinch, DYDX, they're all smart contract. I'm not sure why they did this via email. It's very weird for me. It's like you're bringing back Web 1 to Web 3 or Web 2 to Web 3. It's what's happening right now. You have smart contracts to do that. So, in terms of an investor, am I buying? I just want to share with you. So this is non-financial advice. This is like something to educate or like to give you like interest or just to get you entertained on what I'm trying to say. Current market cap of Aptos right now is 967 million. In terms of FDV or like valuating their whole project with comparing to the total supply, they're valuing their project at 7.5 billion. Okay, I got the numbers from CoinGecko. Let me just load all this crap. So yeah, so Aptos 7.2 billion, FDV 946 mil in terms of market cap. If you compare, I like to compare. So layer one, blockchain, POS, no applications yet. But if you compare the market cap with Polygon, 6 billion market cap, but their FDV is 8.4 billion market. Yeah, for Polygon. So is it really good to value a layer one blockchain 7.2B without any applications yet, while Polygon is already partnered with Disney, they already partnered with Starbucks, and they have a lot of applications going on. Another thing to compare is like Near. Near is a layer one blockchain as well. So they have like EVM compatible applications like Origami, Bastion. So there's a lot of applications already in your protocol. They even have their stablecoin USN. Their FDV is 2.8. Okay. So it's kind of weird that it's just too much for me right now to invest on in just in terms of fully diluted valuation. Another thing, Avalanche is 11 billion, has a good ecosystem. ICP, nothing much going on there, so can't really compare. Tron, 6.3 billion. So in terms of fully diluted valuation, Tron is lower compared to Aptos. So I can't really say yet. So that's just one comparison, right? In terms of market cap, it's less than a billion, but you know, Near is less. It's just 2 billion. So it's something that I would consider first before investing. Additional information. So stakers, if you are staked in Aptos, people who are staked there, they get a reward of 7% annually in terms of Aptos token. So Aptos is inflating in terms of supply. So it will decrease 1.5% annually until it reaches the end of 3.25%. So that's a long time. So there. compared it with other L1 blockchains, it's still good to just measure it out in terms of FTV and market cap and evaluate it from that. Aptos doesn't have any applications yet, so might want to consider first. Okay. Well, for me, right? So anything related to Aptos, Aptos is forming a narrative because of the Move programming language and building a highly scalable, secured, and low transaction cost blockchain. So it's the next innovation in kind of a sense. But there are competitors. So there is one which is Sui. Sui is also using Move. Their team is also from DM, but the senior devs are in Sui. So the senior devs of DM moved to Sui and they enhance their consensus mechanism than Aptos. So um, there's a more deep dive research approach from this in our Discord. I will share it there. But essentially, the consensus that Sui is using is different compared to Aptos, and they enhance the programming language there. Because Sui is going to be focused on Web3 and gaming. So that's their core focus in developing the chain. The second one is OL Network. OL Network is very different from Sui and Aptos because Sui and Aptos raised funds. Sui raised 300 mil, Aptos raised 350 mil. OL Network didn't raise anything. This is open. This is an open community that is building through Move language and using a BFT consensus similar to Cosmos, to Atom, the Cosmos ecosystem. So there's no VC backing here. So in terms of development for OL Network, it's kind of slow because they don't have VC backing. They started last year, October. So October 2021. In terms of what I like more, I'm leaning towards Sui. So there's definitely a testnet going on for Sui that has potential airdrop. I'll share more details of that in our Discord as well. So make sure to join our Discord. So yeah, that's about it for Aptos and Sui. So a lot of controversies happening around. Make sure just research and check what's happening, market cap, and everything. Yeah, that was a lot. It's very hectic during their launch.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, Pao, for sharing us your insights about Aptos. Now, of course, this was really a controversial coin that was just released. Wait, let me share our right. So, yeah, no. Um, yeah. What else?
Yeah. Basically, for that, if you want to learn more, I think I'll just put it in the comments for layer one. But Move programming language. I'm not a dev, but in a sense, the programming language is, I think, easier for devs to integrate or something. But yeah, it's something exciting in terms of layer one because remember the bull run. It started with infrastructure where layer ones were competing for user attention. When Solana came in, when Avalanche came in, Solana came in with the intent to bring in attention. Hence, they were loud in terms of the marketing with SBF in the front line that built hype. And then from that hype, applications came in and grew their TVL. So from that, it continued its momentum to being a very good coin. If you invested in Solana last year, it basically made a, I'm not sure, 125x sort of from the bottom. Like if you invested in 2020 December, I think that was 125x. Same goes for Avalanche and Phantom. So yeah, I think it's something to look, especially with the innovation that's happening in crypto.
Yeah, of course. No, again, no, ini-invite ko kayo lahat bukas, no, in the launching of our Discord community server, and all the things that we have talked and discussed. Now you can learn it, step by step when you are in our community. And yeah, the way how Pau discussed to you, like the tokenomics, the blockchain thing. No, it's for our newbies. Um, audience there. Of course, now at first it would be hard for you to understand, but yeah, soon we will
Mm.
have our crypto education, most especially in the fundamental side,
Yeah,
and of
definitely.
course technical. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
TA.
Yeah, TA, fundamentals, all there. So I share the fundamental aspect. So I'm doing it surface level so everyone can understand. But if you want to dive deep into this, definitely soon we're gonna have guests to share what are things that's happening around, maybe like what is blockchain in like a developer level for you to understand the fundamentals. Because I think understanding fundamentals would give you an edge in investing, trading, and knowing the crypto space. So for me, crypto's here to stay and gotta learn everything and having fun doing so.
Yeah, so guys, if you have something that want us to discuss in our live sessions, that please just have a comment and some recommendations of the topics.
Yep. Let me know what you guys want to talk about because yeah, we're always happy to share and definitely in the Discord we're gonna have a lot of fireside chats where people can share their insights as well. Let's get the community going and let's have fun while learning crypto.
Yeah, so just a sneak peek of our channels there in Discord, pal. So yeah, we have like daily market analysis. We have airdrops. Yeah, we are researchers and we dig deep more on the you know datas, right? So yeah.
Yep. All right. So I think that's basically it, Joe. Yeah, we're
All
good.
right.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow us, the Cryptology Academy and Mesh Report. Once again, this is Unfolding Crypto Insights, so you don't have to. All right. Bye, guys.